Okay everyone, hello. It's me, Charlotte Winslow. I'm back for an educational video. Yes, an educational video today for advice to online models. I'm so proud that I was able to quit it and get out of it at the demise of financial stability, but I've just felt so free and I have control over my sexuality and my life again, and I don't have to monetize that, and I'm just very, very happy. And throughout this process, though, of kind of dipping my feet in that industry, is I've seen a lot of the different sides of it. I've taken note of things that customers have said to me in messages, as well as hearing stories from friends who are in the industry themselves. And as we know, this industry is growing day by day because of the online accessibility to it with websites such as OF and Fansly. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about this nuanced topic, and I'm going to be giving advice to you, the gals and gays and empathetic baes. This is what this is for, actually. The gals, the gays, empathetic baes. It's part of that playlist. Okay, let's get into it. I wrote down, as I always do, in point form, a bunch of notes on this topic, so let's jump into it. First, most of this advice is focused around mental and emotional health as an SWer, which is the most practical and beneficial advice to give in this industry, as SW can be traumatic work, especially if you're kind and or unaware to the reality of rampant sadism and coercive control in the online model industry and SWer community, usually from customers, and those customers are usually cis male customers. Statistically, just speaking facts here. Next, educate yourself on the sexual intent behind a lot of these requests that you're gonna get, because they will ask. They get to, it's anonymous, they don't have their name, they can ask for whatever they want, it's not traced back to them. So yes, they will ask for the most heinous things. And it's up to you to say no, sadly. Because no one's telling you to say no. They're telling you to say yes. They're telling you to do the most absurd things. And then say, oh yeah, for 10 bucks. No. No. We have to be aware of their malicious intent behind some of these evil customers. Okay? And avoid these requests like the plague. As a new or young online model who isn't aware of human sexuality or psychology as a whole. If you're just new to this and you don't have much dating experience, or the dating experience you have had has been men that expect you to be submissive and are power trippers, if that's your experience and you're more likely to give in and say yes, or you'll think, oh, well, they're talking about it so casually, must be normal. No. They're just brazenly asking because they're anonymous, because their face isn't attached. That's why. That's why. And they will downplay it and try to coercively control you and manipulate you into getting you to perform these acts. And then they'll leak them online, and then they'll blackmail you. Like, just be aware. You have to be aware, because these things are common in this industry with human sexuality, especially with sadist individuals, that sexuality is a big thing for them. That's where they get a lot of their gratification, through humiliating online models, quite frankly. So just be aware of that. Like, they will ask, and this is rampant. So avoid them like the plague. Next, if you're not sure if something is normal and it makes you feel an inkling of a doubt, then don't do it. Then say no. Ghost the messenger. Who cares if they don't come back? Others will. You're gorgeous. The ball is in your court. You are the prize. I can get other girls. Then go get them. Because more will come to me. I'm gorgeous. I know they want me. So understand your power. Yeah, that should be it. Understand your power. You are they'll make you feel like you have no power. Because when they do that, then they have the power and they want the power, right? But reality is, we're in a society where we, as the online model, we get to decide. We get to say no, and they have to accept that. They have to accept no. We're getting to that society where these people's behavior isn't okay, and we get to say no. So use your power, use your choice to say no. Use it. Use it for your safety. Use no. And stay firm on it. And if you say no and they immediately try to coercively control you into saying yes, then ghost. cut it off right then. Just, okay, that's fine. I'll get more customers. I don't want this random anon messenger. No, he doesn't get to decide. No, and I'm not going to give it to him. Next, treat it as the business it is. You are a product in this industry. Your body and your sexuality is a product. As an online model, that's just the facts of it. It's not a bad or a good thing. That's just the facts. That's what's being sold. Your body and sexuality. So if protecting your body and sexuality is something that's important to you, then please treat it as such. Treat it as important. Because these men know it is. They really want it. It's valuable to them. They really want it. So don't give it to them. Don't give, like, legit. You don't need to. You don't have to give in to every, no, say no. Say no. If you don't want to, if you have an inkling of a doubt, that's no then. Then no. And if they're in, yeah, if they try to get you to, you say no. And then you ghost them. Simple as. Don't let these men in your messages groom and coercively control you into thinking you should give it all away immediately and jump into hardcore stuff, or even them planting that seed like your end goal should be doing full, hardcore, everything bared. That's not the end goal. Most models start this because they're in poverty and need money. It's not because they find it enticing. That's not the reality for most of it. If you're one that is a voyeur, just wait, we're getting onto that. Most aren't. Most aren't. Most doing this work are not voyeurs. Most are performing. And the men will try to paint it differently, but it's not true. No, that should not be the end goal. The end goal should be to create a life you love and use this money as a way forward. Like, okay, this is what I'm doing to make money, seeing it as what it is, a way out of poverty, or a way to make ends meet in the meantime. But don't let these men try to plant a seed and coercively control you and manipulate you into thinking it's something other than what it is for you. They want you to give everything away. The evil ones and the ones that are speaking the most, that are messaging the most, that's their intent. Just be, and they're quite honest about it. But we don't always identify it as such because we give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's stop. It's a business. If you're making money off this, it's a business. And you have to treat it as such. You have to give it the respect. You have to give yourself the respect. That's actually should be a point. You need to respect yourself. Hold yourself. Be like, you know what? I know my worth. And if you don't, like if you're in it right now and you don't really, I understand that. And you're not bad because you don't have those boundaries or worth yet. That's just, it's not really taught in society. So you were just unaware, and that's okay. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to give advice. I hold no judgment. If you are a kind person and you're an online model, just because you're an online model doesn't mean that you're a bad person. For someone to say that is someone who has a black and white view, who is not nuanced and doesn't have the intellect and is ignorant. So we don't listen to them because they don't matter. Let's center ourselves in reality. Next, never, ever write anyone's name on your body or anything similar to that. This is a common blackmail and or identity theft method. Don't do it. Again, it's a thing based on humiliation, ownership. These men don't own it. They're random dudes. They're random dudes. They're random dudes. XR. Some of them are nice, some of them, which we're going to talk about that, but you know, I'm going to talk mostly about the problems because I want to help. I'm not like, yeah, everything's great, because in this industry, everything's not great. Like, there's a lot of abuse in this industry because it is focused around human sexuality, which technically it's one of the deadly sins, you know, like it's something that has such ability to be manipulated. Okay, next. Do not market to these sadist men who crave power over you and have no empathy. Instead, market to men that do have empathy, that genuinely just think you're beautiful and are like, wow, she's really pretty. I would love to see more of her just because she's so cute, she's so kind. Ones that are nice. And that is from like a kind, wholesome place. Those are the healthy kind of customers you want in this industry. You don't want to be marketing to the greedy, cheap, power-hungry men. No, you don't. You're going to be making less money that way and giving more and putting your body through more for the sake of what? Pleasing losers online? No. No, they're not worth that. They wish though. The evil ones wish. Okay? Create boundaries next, yes. You don't have to say yes to any request. Everything that makes you just feel uncomfortable, write it down. If you want to just do photos in bikinis or cosplay, do that. There's a market for that. The market's huge. Without doing anything at all. With just being enticing and being beautiful. You can make just as much money that way. Like, the loud customers aren't going to tell you that. But I will. I will, and that's why I'm talking. Next. Once again, you are the prize. You are what people are paying for. They want it. Even if they're messaging and trying to say, oh, well, I could get better elsewhere. Other girls do it. Well, then go to them. Then why are you here? Why are you begging and trying to coercively control and manipulate the online model into doing something that they're not comfortable with? And they've been honest about. Why are you trying to coercively control and manipulate and groom them and lie to them? Why? These men will do it. Okay, so just be aware of their ill intent. There's a lot that have ill intent that will pretend they don't. They're not going to be like, yeah, I am. I don't care about you at all. I just want to see you humiliated and degraded. Like, that's what they want. Be aware of that. No, they don't. Yes, they do. Some of them do. Not all of them. But the loudest ones will. And the ones that are coercively controlling. So, guess what? Let's not pay attention to them. Let's not help them. Let's not give them what they want, because what they want is kind of gross anyways. It's like they're not our significant other. They're not our boyfriend. No. Okay, this is kind of more specific, but it's talking about meeting up with photographers, boudoir photographers, videographers, and men that are trying to get involved with online models and build their own business around photographing, videographing, and getting free prostitution from these models. Okay? We have to be aware of this. This is happening. Never say yes to a man or a photographer who is at first being overly friendly or generous. So you'll be in this situation because you're like, okay, yeah, they were really kind and they were giving me the services for free. Wow. This is also similar with do not work with any agencies. They're mostly all run by men. And it's for them to get a piece of the pie without doing anything, just managing, which is just them having coded animations to be able to automatically promote your photos on other things. You can find out how to code and do that yourself. You don't need men. You can Google it. You don't need an agency. And this is the same as these videographers in person. So yeah, first you're in this situation, you're doing it, they're being overly friendly and generous and kind of like you're feeling an inkling of them kind of coming onto you, but they're not straight out saying it. Then they'll offer a substance, so either alcohol or anything like that to try, yeah, it's cool, it's normal, we're just chilling. And then offer to make pornography with you and film it. And you know what that is? They're asking you to give them unpaid prostitution. That's what it is. And they're documenting it because they get off on having that power and other people knowing that they have that power. When in reality, you have no idea that that was their intent all along and that's what you just did because you're like, well, they did do the photos. I get, oh yeah, boy, girl content, it'll sell more. No, you're asking them for unpaid prostitution. That's the facts of what's being asked and what's happening. Oh, that's a crime. Note that. Be aware of that. Next, they are videoing and photographing for your content for their own personal pleasure. They will gladly keep it on their hard drives. Same with these agencies that are promoting your photos. No, they're just happy to get your content. This is an optimal means for them to be able to get your content for free or to be part of it and have sexual relations with you for free, unpaid. That's what they're doing. Be aware of that. And they will gladly keep their documented evidence of this. And they'll keep it on their hard drives, Dropboxes, Patreons. They'll sell it. And they'll try to put you into an NDA. They'll try to get you to sign something. That's not gonna hold up in court. No, it's not. They're commodifying women, taking advantage of vulnerable women in poverty, girls in poverty that are unaware. This industry, it's especially if you're not educated, there's too many dangers, like literally, there's too many dangers to be openly working with cis men. Like, I'm sorry, especially if you're unaware, like, oh, don't, no. Okay, I would not recommend to join or be in this industry, period, if you're under 25, as the brain is not fully developed yet. The prefrontal cortex is not developed. So guess what? That means you're unaware. That means the brain is not fully self-aware. It's not capable. And these men know that. These adult men that are preying on you know that. That's why they're going after the young ones. That's why they're waiting for the day till you're 18. Because you're the most vulnerable. They call it innocent. No, they just like that you're unaware so that they can manipulate you. Okay? That's the reality. So don't join the industry. Like, if you can, don't. The brain's not fully developed. Listen. This is funny, but listen to what Andrew Tate is saying. Don't agree with it because it's nonsense, but listen to what's being spouted. Because there's guys that's taking his advice. There are loser layman guys following in Andrew's footsteps in a town local to you. Like, that's just the truth of it. I see it happening, okay? If you are in the industry under 25 due to poverty or coercive control from a boyfriend, or you just happened into it because of life circumstances and you needed the money, any reason, if you're in it, industry under 25, I would recommend to solely focus on submissive clientele, on kind clientele. You do not have to be a dom yourself to do this, or a femdom. No, you can just focus instead on documenting your beauty and focusing more towards them and focusing on your beauty instead of everything being hardcore about your submissiveness. Why not just focus on your beauty? That doesn't even have to be nudity. Just your own gorgeousness. Because guess what? There's a huge market. These evil ones try to make it seem like they're the only ones buying. They're the one. They're the cheap ones. They're the shitty customers. Doms says males, they're the shitty customers. They're the greedy ones. They're the cheap motherfuckers. So let's say screw you and ghost them and not pander to them. Like, I'm saying it. No one's saying it, so I'm gonna say it. Stop pandering to them. Let's stop it. The kind guys who have empathy will not be mean or loserly cheap or stupidly specific. The kind customers, the empathetic baes, are happily paying for your beauty and your affectionate words. Do not associate with the greedy ones. And of course, don't be greedy yourself. But at the same time, don't underprice your content. Don't undervalue your worth. Oh, what? Some madmen don't like that is, guess what? That's how much it is. Like, this is the price. Because guess what? They will buy it. There's so many that will buy it. So don't listen to the men that are saying, oh, lower your price. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Thank you. I hope you know what you're doing, girls and gays, after watching this video, okay? I hope. Next point. Yeah, just value yourself. Value yourself. If you are an SWer or an online model, you are so valued. They want it so bad. God, they want it. You are very valued by all your customers, even if some of them deny it. Why are they there then? And they won't answer that question, but you can. We can answer it. Why are they there? Because they want it. Because they really value your beauty. They want it. And your sexuality. They want it. You have the power. They're enticed by you. Just know that. Just know it. Okay, this point. Some people are voyeurs. And the ones that choose to be in this industry and are actually from a place of privilege and act, oh, no, it's a good industry. I love doing this. This is what I like. I love doing. That's because you have a kink for that. Because you like other people seeing, you like being a voyeur. Most doing this are doing this because they need money. They're in poverty. They're from abusive household, need to get the fuck out. That's the reality for most. Voyeurism is not the reason for SW. Most aren't. Stop that. Next, this is a job. It's a job, not a lifestyle. It's a job. You're making money from it. And you need the money, and that's why you're doing it. It's a job. So you do not have to monetize your true sexuality. Power-hungry men will tell you that you should. And that's because their ultimate dream is to have everything from a woman for free, available at all times, with no expense on their part. So of course they're gonna encourage you to lower your boundaries. Of course they're gonna be like, yeah, do what you do with your boyfriend, show us everything, because they want that. But guess what? Let's say no. We can, and if you don't want to, if you feel an inkling of a doubt, say no. And keep saying no. And never change your mind unless you know that you want to. But not because anyone messaged you. If you feel like changing something because you're having peer pressure, then you're not making that decision. The peers that are pressuring you are making that decision. The peers, the customers, are the ones making that decision, not you. They're controlling you. So be aware of that through the messages. Be aware. Many aren't. Like, some are. Like, I've talked somewhere, but many aren't. Many in this industry are not aware. This is the facts of it. This is why there's so much abuse in the industry. It's hard. Anytime sexuality is involved too. This is why we need to treat it with the weight it has. Remember, the cis men are the customers. They are the beneficiary in the situation. They are not who you take advice from or bend your boundaries because of. They listen to you. You make the rules. You choose the price. You get to say no. And they have to respect that. They have to accept that. And if they don't, then we block or ghost them. Because that's a reasonable decision to make. Because they're trying to manipulate, groom, and they don't take no for an answer. If someone doesn't take no for an answer, goodbye. Especially if it's about something, it's about your boundaries on your sexuality. Like, how much lower than the low do you have to be to try to coercively control someone and their sexuality? Like, you have to be so disgusting. So guess what? They're not good people. We don't care about them. They're not going to be our main customers, our main money givers anyways. No, because they're not generous people. They're self-serving. So let's not market to them. They're not optimal customers. They're not optimal human beings. They're growth. Next. This is just very good advice. Educate yourself in martial arts. Take a martial arts class or watch videos online and practice, or get a firearm. Stalkers are a reality, especially in this industry. We cannot stop them. We can't teach them not to. They will. They will continue to. All we can do is put ourselves in the most safe position we can, which technically would not be doing this kind of work at all, but we don't live in a perfect world. We live in a nuanced world, and I talk within those nuances, and I give advice within those nuances. I put all those things into play and give that advice, because that's the advice we need. We don't need black and white advice, black and white talking, shaming, judgment. Well, no. Of course it isn't optimal. Of course, laymen, girls in poverty having to sell their bodies online isn't optimal, because we don't live in a perfect world. But let's try to create safety measures and give advice for those in those situations, because we're not in a perfect world where those situations don't exist. We have not eliminated psychopaths, sociopaths, and narcissists from the breeding pool. They still exist in our world. And they're the loudest ones most of the time. So let's not give in to them. Last point, stop doing the hardcore stuff, or don't do it at all. You never have to. You never have to. You will make just as much money if you do tame stuff. And instead you just choose to market it better and promote it better on subreddits, Twitter, do cosplays, safe for work, reels, just kind of being cute, being funny, using your voice, saying something kind of flirty, but funny and still safe and tame to draw in people, customers, in a kind way. Like, don't focus on the hardcore stuff and the really degrading stuff. It's not necessary. It's what the evil people want. And it's not what's best for you and your mental health, nor this as a job. It's like, that's the dark side of the industry. That's the worst part of it. So let's not give them that. Okay? Gals, gays, empathetic baes, I stand with you. I love you. I hope that this advice was helpful and educational. I don't judge you. This isn't a place of judgment. This is a place of helping, healing, and reality. Focused in facts. Focused in facts, not emotion. Facts. Okay? Love you guys. See you next time. Make sure you subscribe. Goodbye.